I'm Ted.
And I'm Ben.
And together, we're half of Mumford and Sons. It was important. It was like very much part of a plan to have a little rest, because those first two records really rolled into one another. It was great. We had really nice momentum, and it was sort of, we were going and going and going. And then suddenly we realised we just couldn't keep doing that forever. We really needed to take some time. So, yeah, we all went home for a little bit and had a bit of time apart before sort of reconvening and getting back together to start work on this third album, which we actually ended up doing sooner than we planned. We started meeting up in New York and writing and working with Aaron Dessner, doing pre-production with him. And we'd all had a nice breadth of experience. Lots had happened in our lives, and we had lots to sort of write songs about. So yeah, we got back together, and it all came together quite nicely, really, didn't it? Quite quickly.
I think just taking a few months, even that amount of time, gave us the opportunity to reset a little bit and to take stock of ourselves as people, and then also what we wanted to be doing and what sort of music we wanted to be making. Mm-hmm. I think we obviously reached a point over the first two albums where, like, if you ask someone, like my mum or someone on the street, like what Mumford & Sons was, they would probably sum it up. It's like we kind of built ourselves a box in a way, and I think we got to a point where that very easily could have become our whole life. We could have found ourselves making lots of music that stays true to that box, and be 50 and 20 years time and have never challenged ourselves again to really go out there and take a risk. So this was a great opportunity to do that. I think we still feel like we are actually quite a new band. We still feel young. We still feel like up for failing, and having the kind of the willingness to get it wrong. So this is a record that basically says this is exactly who we are, as purely and honestly represented right now. Forgetting everything that was there before, not trying to be anything more than who we are, and that's why we love it.
Well, yeah, like I was saying, it's like this is a more collaborative record than any that we've made. They've all been collaborative, but this one even more so. And it's everything's sort of autobiographical, essentially. This is all like stories from our recent pasts, and it's all there in the record, really. We don't like to prescribe too much meaning. There's no sort of wider concept to the record. It's not about one thing. It's about lots of things, because it's the four of us writing in different cities as well. We've all been living around different places, and so yeah, lots of things. In answer to your question, our minds have been busy with lots of things, and so have our hearts.
Yeah, we've always benefited from, certainly in the writing stage, like mixing it up. We've always done that. I think New York and London obviously were the primary cities for this record, and they undoubtedly influenced, and kind of the pace of those cities has kind of come into what the fabric of the record. Austin was Texas was a weird kind of anomaly on this record. It was we were there. We had all flown out there, and we were meeting up for the first time together in a little while, and we were there for a friend's wedding. And because we were there, we thought, whilst we've all got on a plane to be in one place already together, why don't we just rent some instruments? And the guys on the ranch were like, you can have this little 2-bedroom lake house, which was like where they used to like go fishing and stuff. And we just set up a bunch of gear in the living room and did a few days. which was great. It was like it was a small moment on the writing of the record. Most of it was New York and London. It's you know, it kind of what you're wearing on your shoulders when you walk into the environment to create something plays a part. We knew that we wanted to make an urban record. We chose not to go out into the countryside and to do like a residential studio album. We wanted to walk off the bustling streets of New York or London into an environment and have that be because again, it's a true representation of our lives. We don't live on like a outdoor like country estate, and like we live in madness of these cities where you're constantly rushing and like surrounded by stuff, and the distractions and the noise informs your music, you know.